All right, I'll give you a kind of like an overhead view of the entire map, but we're going to go towards this area relatively soon. But I am going to talk about this bit, but I also want to talk a little bit about what's been going on with East Prussia. So I reset the game, not due to the fact that I'm having a hard time with this. It was just due to the fact that I'm enjoying it, and I wanted to enjoy it a bit more in the sense of the fact that once I was starting to clue in with the short leash of 3 hexes for the supply line, it starts making an impact of what I can do. Anyways, there just seems to be a lot of decision points already. I mean, I'm just about to, I just finished doing the Austro-Hungarian combats for the first turn. Things are certainly slightly going a bit differently than the first game. There was a heck of a lot more casualties in the. Well, I've only done a few combats. I think 3 combats so far. 2 by the Austro-Hungarians and 1 by the Russians up here, down here, which didn't go so well. They didn't do anything over here. The Germans are essentially just. I'll tell you one thing right now. Even with later on with the game design notes, Jim Dunnigan mentions it too. I was like, at the beginning, I'm like, holy smokes, there's no way in hell the Germans are going to be able to do, because they don't get any reinforcements or anything. You just get replacement units from your spent units, and you only get so many per turn. It's not like you can replace everybody every turn, kind of thing. They go nuts. So that's why the Germans are pulling back. I'm like, you know what, I'll let you have Lotzen and so on and so forth, but we're just going to, I'm just going to pull back and wait for it. I can see if I can find some kind of an opening and break off their line of supply, which I'm about to do there, that's why we're going towards there. So yeah, the Austro-Hungarians, what I've tried to do initially, I am trying to coordinate the Germans and the Austro-Hungarians right off the bat. We're going to try to see if we can take Ivangorod and do a holding pattern here towards the Austro-Hungarians. I unfortunately forgot about that, and I did start trying to put push towards Dubno. The Russians, of course, take Brody right off the bat. It's a contested town. No one's allowed to go in there, even though it's on the Austro-Hungarian side. They're not allowed to. You're not allowed to set up on a border hex. So the Russians are able to take it right off the bat, but that's the way it goes. So we'll see how. I've got lots of troops here, and the Russians did have to start peeling off some of their troops to the west here because they had basically nobody there. And the Russians have decided to try to go towards Silesia here and take. So that's essentially, I guess, my version of the Russian Second Army is way the heck down here, nowhere near over there, kind of thing. Or the Russian Second Army is split off into 2. Anyways, this is the thing, is that, so, yeah, it didn't go very well at all. I was shocked. I think I loaded up. I thought 4-to-1 odds against a 9-to-3 infantry there. Well, like I said, we'll zoom in. What am I doing here? So at least a little bit. Hopefully you can see something. So yeah, the Russians are over there, and this is the other thing. I have to get used to this with these. I'm not used to this CRT with these exchanges, as well as I'm really enjoying this bit, which is even if the attacker is forced to retreat, the defender can go and advance into that hex, which I think is really neat. Yeah, the exchanges. There's a lot of exchanges. Even like with 3-to-1 or 4-to-1 and high rolls is not a good thing. Yet again, I don't know what it is about a lot of Great War games I've noticed. Is that rolling low seems to be the order of the day kind of thing. Not obviously with Der Weltkrieg or whatever, but a lot of games that I've played initially at the very beginning, I thought that was like the order of the day with Great War games. Anyways, so with the 3 movement thing and with the no zones of control with this game, which is another thing I'm getting used to, or I need to get used to kind of thing. The Germans were able to move, and it's their turn, so they're able to move this guy over here. And as far as I know, these guys are now all out of supply. You have to be able to, for the Russians, be able to trace a 3-hex line of supply. Let's not worry about, well, this is why it's in here. There's no zones of control. They have to get to an eastern edge of the map or a rail or a supply unit that, which is, there's one way the hell over here, to the eastern map or whatever. But this guy's cut them off now. So as far as these guys, it's not their round, but they won't be able to attack. They now have to. Any movement is movement towards a valid supply line. And right now their defense combat, all their combat is chopped in half. Obviously they can't attack if they're out of supply. So this is great, and their movement's also chopped in half. So this is fantastic as far as I'm concerned. I wish I had more German units there. So this is my weird version of being able to surround and cut off the Russian Second Army. That happened super duper quick. It's going to be neat. Like I said, I'm enjoying this game. It's a simple... sometimes I don't know what it is about certain games. It's just it's just got a good balance so far. Anyway, so I'm hopeful that it'll continue that way. Yeah, I have to still get used to the CRT and whatnot, but like I said, I'm enjoying this game so far. Let's do a quickie one there. So, quickie one here. So now that everybody's been chopped in half, I'm not going to start being whatever, because they say you're supposed to defend with the top guy or whatever, but I'm like, come on, he's not, he's a freebie stack in a sense, so we're gonna obviously go with the 6, right, and he doesn't even have any defense factor, so that's the way to look at it. So that's a 3, so that's a 3-to-1 odds. Yeah, obviously we're gonna do two 3-to-1 odds and see what happens here. There's no train or none of that. Oh, good, bad one for that one, and because I just rolled a 1, and a 3-to-1 was just, no, it's an EX, which is so crazy. So the weaker side loses at least 1 core, while the other side must lose forces at least equal to the other side. That's what's been happening a heck of a lot so far, and with all the combats, there's been 3 Russian corps lost and 4 Russian Austro-Hungarian corps. So I'm going to retreat this guy back towards, as far as I know, artillery are allowed to retreat. So he's going to vanish. And I have to get rid of at least, and I don't think I have, if the Germans have a 3 sitting in their pool, I can bring, as far as I know, I should be allowed to bring that one in. I don't think I do, though. If I did, I would. You see what I mean? Because it says at least equal. I don't think I do, darn it. If I did have a 2 even, I would take the 2 and put it there. I'll take any strength one I get, but that's how, as far as I know, how it works. But no, I only have whatever's, and I'm not going to swap it for cavalry. That's cheating, because that's not what it was. Well, it looks like I'm going to have to just swallow an entire 9. God damn. That sucks. Okay then. So that was this guy here. But, yep, but at least I got rid of, and that was still, imagine that, with a 3-to-1. That sucks. Alright, and then we're going to go with this other 3-to-1. Jesus. That's the thing I've got to remember. You got to go in when I got to go in stacked. 3-to-1 on a 3. Another effing exchange, man. This has not been good. This is not, as far as I know, I'm playing it right. This was not a very good idea, and I have to learn this completely new strategy of things. Jesus. All right, that's it. As far, like I said, as far as I know, I'm doing it right. Oh man, that's a mess and a half. Hold on here. No, because no, I'm not allowed to. Everybody else after that I'm allowed to defend, but I have to, at least the first side I have to get rid of. For the, yep, the weaker side loses at least 1 corps, while the other side must lose forces at least equal to the other side's losses in terms of combat strength. Alright. Which is exactly what I had to do. Alright, darn it. And like I said, I don't have any portion. The other side, the other game I did play with, the Russians were able to do that. I better move it because the battery is about to die. So I'm about to go and play turn 2 for the Russians, and they're going to get reinforcements right off the bat again. But at least for turn 2, the Germans will be able to replace some. Well, they'll be able to get at least a 9-3. Well, they get 12 points back, I think. Alright, okay. Hope you're having fun. See ya.